Hey guys, so I'm gonna do a quick video about Charlie Zelenoff, Charlie Z the GOAT, my thoughts on him, and a little bit of my life and kind of my mental health and a little bit of how I can relate to him, if I think he's a troll or not, etc., etc. So if you don't know who Charlie Zelenoff is, he's kind of an infamous internet boxer who more or less assaults people at gyms, and people hate this guy. If you go on his channel, I don't think it's actually his channel. I think he has some kind of stream either on Twitch or another app, and people kind of just screenshot it and then they start kind of parody accounts on YouTube. I don't think he actually makes any money from YouTube or his social media. I think he just gets into these kind of schizophrenic type states and he films them, puts them on whatever app he's on, Instagram, Twitch, whatever, and then people kind of just do the parody accounts and they react to them and things. And why I'm making this video now and not a bajillion years ago is because he went silent for a long time and just went dark, and he wasn't posting. So I think he might have been on medication, and then he stopped taking, and that's why he's posting again. Recently, I think he started posting in the last 4 months. It was actually recommended on my YouTube home. I used to actually check in and search for him every now and again a couple of years ago, and he wasn't putting out any new material. I think the heyday of the Charlie Z GOAT videos was about 6 years ago, was probably the prime. He eventually got to the point where he trolled and harassed Deontay Wilder to the point where he got a hard spar in at a gym with actual Deontay Wilder, which, if you're not a boxing fan, he's one of the top heavyweights. Had many fights with the Furies and all that drama and whatnot. But I think how he got his phone number, I don't know. He had that thing with Floyd Sr. As well. But anyways, his whole shtick is basically assaulting people, and then he basically jumps them, sucker punches them, puts it on this imaginary record, and then goes and he either drinks a beer or he talks about he's getting married, and it makes you wonder if it's an act, if it's a troll, and it could be, because it could be making fun of guys like loner incel guys who post videos about like just talking that they're the shit and that they're great. And if you go through YouTube and you search, you can find a lot of channels like that. My channel, unfortunately, is kind of like that. And he could be a troll making fun of guys like me, but hopefully I'm not that sad. But I have had problems with mental health. But what I think happened is he was court ordered to have medication. I think that was actually posted on YouTube. So I don't think it is a trolling situation where he's part of the act, because there was a court hearing where he assaulted someone and they told him to take his medicine. So now that I'm thinking, actually, yes, it's not possible that he's an actor or a troll. He's actually mentally unstable. And I don't know. I'm not a psychiatrist. I don't know what line you cross when you pass delusion into schizophrenic behaviors or borderline or whatever, or if this has to do with his alcohol abuse, because he's clearly drunk a lot of the time. His family also seems to have a lot of money because he does a lot of traveling. He's in Kurdistan or something like that now. He was living I don't know if he was living in Ukraine, but he traveled there for his assaults, basically. People hate this guy. But it's clear he doesn't know what he's doing, and it's pretty sad. Why I decided to post this is to kind of relate to him about my life, which I'm going to bring into this in a second. I hope he gets help. He probably, I think he's 36 now. He's probably past the point where he can't actually, even if he wanted to get into a league. Bare Knuckle, I think, has a lot of older guys, so it's possible for that. But anyways, how I relate to him is I kind of was caught in this this cycle too with the very channel that I'm posting on now, other channels. I was trying to kind of do the Charlie Zolnoff thing without knowing myself. I fell into that kind of diluted loop as well. And I think it's social media that does this to our minds, really, because you don't know the people who are commenting if they're cheering you on so they want to see you crash and burn and get more and more delusional, so they kind of feed things like that, or if you're kind of either smoking a lot of weed or drinking and you kind of lose touch with kind of the outside world. If you're working only part-time and you're trying to really grind a YouTube channel or a boxing career, and your boxing career and your YouTube channel aren't actually based in matches, but you're kind of trying to hype it up through your channel, and you're just trying to build this hype and be a self-manager before you get fights, and you just kind of fall into this character and you become the character. I think that's what happened to Charlie. That kind of happened somewhat to me, not nearly to as severe of an extent. And a lot of the videos that were getting kind of iffy like Charlie, I've deleted. I've pivoted this channel from that into a dog channel, and now it's kind of just me either doing ASMR or nature videos. But I pulled myself out. I think Charlie kind of is pulling himself out too, because in his more recent uploads after his 3-4 year break, his videos are very tame in comparison now. He's no longer assaulting people on the street. He's no longer assaulting people in the gyms. He's asking people like if he can like hit their abs now in the gym. And there was like a heavier guy who's like holding his arms up on a pull-up bar, and Charlie was kind of just doing jabs on his ab, and it was playful and it was consenting. And then he's also, if it is his channel, he's labeling his channel delusional guy, thinks he's a boxer and stuff like that. So if he's labeling that on his channel, and this is actually his channel, which I've alluded to before, it might not be, then he's in on the joke now. So now he's trying to kind of profit on his psychosis of earlier. So those are my two theories, is he's either not posting these on YouTube and he's gotten a little bit better, but he's just off his meds again, or he's trying to bank in on kind of his past mistakes. Either way, it is sad to see. I don't know. I was sort of entertained by it when it first came out like 6 years ago, but I wasn't laughing at it like a sick idiot like a lot of the people in the comments, because it's kind of clear that he was not there mentally, and I've alluded to that I can relate to that as well, because I've fallen into that as well. And I think delusions kind of keep ourselves safe. If we've been hurt, it's kind of a response to post-traumatic stress or something that was missing in childhood. And when we outgrow our delusions, we can find something else to latch onto, and it can be another delusion, or it could be something sound and really cemented in reality that can be beneficial to yourself, family, community, etc. I don't think Charlie's found that, and I think why is because he has his social media that he can go back to all the time, and he's just drowning whatever past mistakes that he has had in alcohol, which is making his problems worse. This is my video on Charlie. Like and subscribe if you want. Leave a comment if you want. I'm still not all there mentally. I'm still kind of struggling with some of the same stuff that Charlie is probably going through. If I could just end, I should have ended this video like 2 minutes ago, but I'm going to just ramble on for a bit. My dad, at one point when I was a kid, brought a vacuum cleaner engine, and he hooked up a hose to the vacuum somehow, and it was kind of his invention. And he turned on the hose, and it spun this fan which was connected to the engine, and he said, I'm going to power the house like this. We don't need to pay for electricity anymore. Obviously didn't work. My dad was just a little bit loopy. He was a hoarder. He had boxes to the ceiling, etc., etc. Now that I'm older, I'm seeing a lot of the same patterns that my dad had in my life, in myself. I'm hoarding things as well. not to the same extent, but I'm younger, so it could get worse if I don't keep an eye on it. I do kind of have this pie in the sky, get rich quick scheme type of thinking that my dad has had, and if I fall into the same kind of all or nothing line of thinking my dad had, I think it can turn into a Charlie Zelenoff type of situation. So I have to be careful with that. I'm 7 years sober, no drinking, and I think I'm going to have to go back to the doctor for some ADHD meds. I was on a lot of meds a few years ago. They just made me sleep all day. Those were not ADHD meds. I think I was overprescribed some other stuff, but I was prescribed a sleeping pill called Mirazapine to help me eat, because my appetite dips really low and I lose weight and kind of look anorexic sometimes. So that does help keep some weight on when I need it. But yeah, it's hard to take care of yourself. We're living in more and more of an isolated society. I can definitely relate and feel compassion to somebody who is isolated and they're just kind of on social media trying to make a life being a boxer or whatever, kind of in a fantasy world. It's sad, but I think he's a reject that is relatable, and I see some of my I see some of myself in him. He needs to get help. He needs some therapy. I probably need some help, some therapy too, but I'm not nearly as bad as him, and I'm improving rapidly, and he doesn't seem to be. He's older than I am. He's still in the same spot doing the boxing thing. At least my channel has like 7,000 subs, even though they don't really check in, but I'm just doing ASMR and I have a part-time job, so I'm not as bad as him, but I can relate to it, and it's sad to see. Anyways, thanks for checking out this video. Long-winded. I tried to make it about me, so probably lost a lot of people's interest in that. Probably no one sticked around to the end. That's fine too. Should have made it shorter. He's still around. He's still alive. I'm surprised by that. Anyways, Charlie Z, peace out. God bless you. And if Charlie Z, if you watch this, get some help, man. And life will get better if you maybe try to do something boxing related, like be a personal trainer or something. I don't know. But anyways, peace out.